let's take a second and talk about adjectives. Now, you know from grammar that adjectives describe and modify nouns and pronouns. So, people, places, and things are modified or made better by adjectives. So, when you're trying to describe your pet, you wouldn't just say, I have a dog, or I have a cat, right? If I told you, I have a cat at home, you would ask what color it was, if it was a boy or a girl, what was their name, etc., etc. Now, if I told you, I have a little girl cat named Athena who has long gray and white hair and bright blue eyes, she's about 3 pounds and this big, you probably wouldn't have many questions to ask. And that's what you want for your reader, because, lean in, your reader can't ask you any questions. You, as a writer, will not be present when your reader is reading your story. So, you have to give them all the details on the front hand. So, the more adjectives you have, the more your readers understand the details of your nouns and pronouns in your writing. There are 2 types of adjectives we want to talk about today: comparative and superlative. So when you think about comparative adjectives, I want you to think about comparing 2 nouns or pronouns. You might say that this marker is lighter than this marker. You might say that this marker is darker than this marker. But now you might say that this marker is the darkest of all 3 markers. When we're comparing 2 things, that is a comparative adjective. So when I say darker, that's comparative. When I say darkest, that's superlative. So think about superlative as being supreme, right? It is supreme over the others. This marker is the darkest, right? It's not just darker than this one, it's the darkest of all of them. If I said that this eagle, or eagles in general, are better than robins, would you think that an eagle was the best of all birds? Would you think that an eagle was supreme above all other flying birds? No. You would think that an eagle was only better than a robin. Now, if I said this eagle is the best bird of all, you would know that that means something, right? It is supreme over the other birds. So that is a superlative adjective. Best is superlative adjective. Better is a comparative adjective. So, as you are writing and as you are editing and revising your writing, make sure that you're using the right type of adjective. You don't want to use a superlative adjective, mainly adjectives that end in est, when you're just comparing 2 things. You also don't want to use comparative adjectives, usually words that end in er, to describe things that you're comparing with 3 or 4 other items. So, just like details, you have to have adjectives in your writing. Without adjectives, you really can't have many details. So, add adjectives to your writing. Also, make sure you're adding the correct adjectives to your writing. You guys are going to draft a little draft today of a personal narrative, and I want you to make sure you use great adjectives and make sure you use a variety of comparative and superlative adjectives. I'll see you guys tomorrow to talk about adverbs.